Hello, everybody. I wanted to come on and make this video. Today is, of course, Sunday, May the 19th, and many believers, many churches, many denominations are celebrating today as Pentecost. And of course, it is my assignment as an apostle in the Lord's church to correct error and to point out doctrinal or polity errors in the church, and so I I don't take any pleasure in pointing out these errors, but I must uh, again I must bring the people of God into Reformation, into Renaissance. And Reformation means the reforming or the returning to truth. And we can't have reformation if we don't recognize error. Now, whether you accept this or embrace this or not, that's really up to you. I'm not here to make you, or I'm not here really to convince you, but I'm here to inform you so that you will know the truth and you will return to the truth. And that's how the church enters into true reformation, to be reformed. And the reforming that we need is the reforming of truth, because many of the traditions, many of the beliefs and practices of the church are based on error. And so how does today become Pentecost? Well, it's Pentecost if you recognize 50 days from Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday, however, is an erroneous festival. Though the church has been celebrating it, I believe now for from the 5th century to the 21st century. That's 16th century. So for 1600 years, we've been celebrating Easter, and it is recognized in the church. But Easter was created, it's not a part of God's calendar. And as a prophetic people, one of the things that we must always stand for is the times and seasons that the Lord has instituted. And so Easter is not a part of God's calendar. Easter was actually created during the time of Constantine, uh, where the bishops of Constantine era saw the need to remove the Jews from the church and the Jewish influence. And so we lost a lot of our heritage for 500 years. The church celebrated Passover, and then Passover was replaced with Easter. But Easter is an error. Now, again, if a lot of people today call it Resurrection Sunday. Uh, it's not really my place to try to counter that. But again, I must address the error. And so, whether you call it Easter, whether you call it Resurrection Sunday, that is not the time that Jesus was raised from the dead. Jesus died during Passover, which is the month of Nisan, which this year was the month of April on the Gregorian calendar. Jesus died during Nisan, and he didn't die on Good Friday or Easter. He died during Nisan because he was the Lamb. Prophetically, Jesus is the Lamb that came as the perfect sacrifice and gave his life so that we might have life in him. And so, if we're going to, celebrate the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, we really should do it during Nisan or during Passover. So, Pentecost then does not, Pentecost occurs 50 days from Passover. So we still have about 2 or 3 weeks before the true Pentecost, which is during the month of Sivan, occurs. Okay, Now, for you that's celebrating Pentecost today, I'm saying that you're celebrating a festival that's based on error. It's based on error. And so again, I'm calling the people of God, and particularly the prophetic people, I'm calling you to reformation, which is the reforming, being reformed by the truth, not being reformed by traditions or by practices, no matter how old they are, but being reformed by the truth, being renewed by the truth. And the truth is, today is not Pentecost, but Pentecost occurs 50 days after Passover. Okay? So I pray this is a blessing to you. Again, uh, we're not into controversy. We are, of course, agents of Reformation and Renaissance, that the church might breathe and become what Jesus is building us to be, and that is always based on the truth. So God bless you, and we look forward to talking to you again. Shalom.